Losi, since 1980, has been revolutionizing the RC industry. From products like the Mini T, the LMT, man, even down to the 8, we've been known for pushing the bar. And especially as we're getting into this more scale-centric product portfolio, things that you actually see on the racetrack, this NASCAR thing is going to be one of those things where we look back in 10 years or so, like, this is where it all started. In 2021, we had the opportunity to sponsor Michael McDowell's Cup car with a Horizon livery. You get these texts and these calls like, whoa, Horizon sponsoring NASCAR? Like, yeah.
To me, it was just amazing exposure, right? There are some people, obviously all the RC industry knows Horizon, but to expand that into the masses to where, you know, how many times are you watching a Cup car on a weekend and you're like, who's that company, right? And you pick up your phone and Google and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know even about this company. You start realizing, oh, they also make planes, they make all this other product. Just created a lot of exposure for Horizon and our brands.
Now, where we also got the opportunity was with Zane Smith on the truck side. And immediately, Zane Smith was really successful on the track and he was really lining himself up really well for winning that championship. So when it came to sponsoring Zane Smith, we thought, what if we do it with Arrma? Arrma is this brand that's not only known for its extreme bashing, extreme adrenaline pumping product doing backflips, but it's also known for its high speed product, right? Our product does 60 miles an hour out of the box and quickly can be modified to do near 200 miles an hour, just like a Cup car. So it made perfect sense. The fans went nuts. They loved it. They were so proud that their favorite RC car brand, Arrma, was on the track. So we decided, you know what? Let's do a body, Michael McDowell body, let's do some Zane Smith bodies, limited edition that sold out quick. So that's when we knew that there was definitely an appetite for product within NASCAR, but also within our existing hobby channel. So we thought to ourselves, what's next? We knew that we could continue doing bodies, wheels and tires, and the fans would love that. But we wanted to give the fans something that they can take out of a box and enjoy. So the first initial reaction was, well, why don't we just take that body, the wheel and tire, put it on an infraction or a felony and sell that? Kind of the problem there is that product's gonna be $700, $800.
We're trying to connect with NASCAR consumers that haven't been in the RC hobby before. So we need to have an easy car to drive with a very beginner user experience. Like, it can't be too complicated or too hard. We want people to just pick it up and be able to enjoy it. And then it also has to be set kind of in a price range that's easy for somebody to enter the hobby.
So immediately we thought, you know, the best way to get into this hobby is with the Mini. Because you get the speed, you get the fun, you get the durability, but not only is it inexpensive to get in and for your buddies and your family to get into, but also it's much more manageable from a size perspective. You can throw this in your backpack, grab your toolbox, head over to your friend's house, take it to the race, and race with other friends and family. So that's when we decided to go with a Mini.
And you know, when you compare it to a die-cast vehicle, for not much more, you're getting a fully functional RC vehicle that you can race with your friends, you can race with your family, you can race in your driveway, you could race in your basement, you could race tailgating at the NASCAR race. I mean, how cool is it going to be to see that actually happening?
The Losi Mini T 2.0 platform that we share with the Mini B, and that is a two-wheel drive platform, and the size of it, we just felt we could get a little bit larger and that the beginner user experience would really benefit from four-wheel drive. It would really open up the availability of enjoying the NASCAR to more surfaces, more areas, and people could have grip and traction and control and really get the most out of their racing experience.
So then we said, well, hey, how can we do this? And that's where we went to kind of the drawing board. The Arrma Grand platform, it's all-wheel drive. And it was a lot easier to just take that platform, design a chassis around it, make different suspension arms, camber links, stuff like that. It just fit way better for the Losi brand.
The platform is now proven. The parts are on the wall, customers love them. So we thought, similar to how in the real world, you know, Toyota works with BMW, for example, on the new Supra. Why can't Losi work with Arrma to develop and share a platform that's equally fun, not just for the racer, but for the basher?
The second benefit is that our hobby shop retailers across the country are ready to be able to assist, help, guide, and train new users to the hobby industry on how the NASCAR Grom is going to perform, how they can improve the performance, how they can swap out parts if and when needed to. So there's already a community behind this product, and now we're just going to make it look a little cooler with that NASCAR body.
So now that we landed on this Grom platform, how do you Losify it? Where do you start? And this is where the engineers start having all the fun. So thankfully, those bodies that we did for the bigger ARMA infraction and felony, we used that, we put that in CAD, and we scaled it down.
We had to get the bodies designed to get our proportions right so that we could lay out the right track width versus wheelbase. We did have to stretch the Grom chassis a little bit, so we have a new specific NASCAR chassis. Once we got the footprint correct, because we had the bodies done, we designed our Goodyear Eagles and our BBS wheels, and we got all of that looking correct in scale. And then the last kind of details that really touched everything off was designing a composite front splitter and a composite rear diffuser. These plastic molded parts, they really look the part, right? They finish off the look of the body.
But again, looking at something in CAD is totally different than looking at something in real life. It's easy to get excited when you're looking at it on the screen, so it's time to 3D print. And I remember the first thing we saw was the body. We just wanted to feel how big it was compared to the current mini vehicles that we already offer, making sure that we're on the right track. And as soon as we got it, the initial reaction was it's way bigger than we thought, but in a good way. Now, especially for the price point, this size is just the right amount of size, in my opinion, to have fun in a parking lot, but big enough to where little pebbles and things like that don't upset the car like if it were a small micro.
And the difference between a hobby grade and a toy grade, what you might see on, a big box store shelf, is that the hobby grade vehicles are adjustable, they're able to be tuned, and all of the parts are able to be replaced and repaired if needed. So if little Junior accidentally runs his car into the curb in front of the house and the suspension arm breaks, they don't break easy, but it can happen. He doesn't just take his car and get rid of it or sell it in the next garage sale, right?
It's going to inspire, especially the youth specifically, to actually turn wrenches, to understand the way vehicles work. You're going to start from lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, right? The fundamentals, to understanding camber, just like real NASCAR vehicles. Not only is this going to be great for NASCAR, but it's going to be great for Losi, but it's going to be great for the community. We're taking RC mainstream here, and that's what I'm most excited about. But now that we discussed the scope, keep following along to understand how we go from a concept to the checkered flag.